Thank you for visiting West Coast Auto Enthusiast. Today we're featuring a 2011 Mercedes-Benz E63 AMG. This is a clean title, clean Carfax car. It came out of California. It's got only 31,000 miles on it, had a $101,000 MSRP. We can finance it through Cuddle. We can put an extended warranty on it out until 100,000 miles, and we welcome trades. So probably one of my favorite cars that Mercedes has ever made. I like these back to '02. And this is also going to be possibly the last generation of the non-turbo, non-supercharged rear-wheel drive cars. They're usually 4MATICs now, and I think they're all going to be supercharged or turboed from here on out. So this is a 6.2 liter V8, produces 515 horsepower and 465 pounds-foot of torque, and that will take you from 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. When you're sitting in this sedan, that's a surprisingly quick number. Every time we've done it, it always puts a smile on the people's face in the cabin and always surprises people, and myself included. So we have the original window sticker, 2 master keys, and the books for it. It's really clean. There's a little cosmetic thing back here. I'll have this touched up on the bumper. That's really the only thing on the entire car of note cosmetically. It's super clean. So these have not, there's just nothing that compares with this thing. So you can see the trigger here is an indication you've got a rear pull down seat. These are the AMG mats we took out of it just so they stay clean. The fire, or the first aid kit, and then in the back you've got a full-size spare with compressor that's inflatable. You have a power closing trunk. So this is a premium 2-package car. It's also a night vision car. Driver's assistance, which means it's got adaptive cruise and blind spot on it. It's got Michelin pilots on it, super sports that are in good shape. There's some very minor curb rash on the wheels. So you can see that little piece up there. There's a couple on the others. I've got pictures of those if you want more detailed. This one is clean. You've got automatic high beams on this. You have cornering illumination. Anywhere you see a flat panel on a grille of this generation Mercedes, right there, that's an adaptive cruise setup, so you know that car has adaptive cruise. The other thing we like about these is they're kind of sleepers. There isn't much difference really between this and an E550 or the 350 would be a little easier to distinguish, but this looks very much like an E550 until you start it, and then it does not sound like, it just sounds angry is what it sounds like. So you can see it's really, really clean. Probably not a lot of people in the back seat. It looks like this was a single owner and maybe just a one-person car. So heated and ventilated seats. You can see it's really, really clean. So I've got one key is in the books. Here's the other key. It does have keyless go, which means it's got passive entry, and just you have to have the key with you to start it. So let me close that back window. Let me turn this down. So your center console here is clean. This is a dynamic driver's seat, so you've got inflatable bolsters here, so you can squeeze this in, which is super nice. So a form-fitting seat. So this is all new for this generation. So AMG, which actually I'll be honest, I have no idea what that actually does. So this is, you've got suspension, so you have 3 different suspension settings. The 2 lights is an AMG sport suspension. Nothing here illuminated as a comfort. A single is a sport, and that's a sport plus. This is a traction control delete, and then this again is an adjustable. There you go. So your transmission, your auto climate control. Just get that on the right thing. Heated and ventilated seats for both the driver and passenger side. This is a power rear sunshade. Your ability to turn your parking sensors off. And this is something Mercedes has done for years. And they're the only people I know that do it. So this is a button that will collapse your headrest in the back seat. Which is funny because once you collapse it, you can't put it back up. You have to go manually reset it. So I suppose it's for backing up, but whatever it is, it's I'm not really sure how much people have ever used it. So this is your computer and your command system. This is your display that will tell you what's going on. So if you put this into reverse, you've got a backup camera. You've also got parking guidance there. You've got, so we'll start with navigation. So old school navigation. Your audio system, which is an HD system. It's a surround Logic 7 sound system. You've also got satellite radio. You have Bluetooth. It will play a video up in front. This is your system, so your settings, and then your time, your ability to turn your display off. So pretty straightforward. AMG sport steering wheel. So you have a paddle shift on the right, which is an upshift, and a downshift on the left. Voice activation, volume control, Bluetooth and mute. Your onboard computer system, so you will see there's a bunch of things that you can see in that display. The one is on the left is attention assist. You have lane keep, and you have adaptive cruise in the middle. Okay, so we know the fuel level's low. Okay. So there's all your settings. So if you scroll through this, your trip computer, you have navigation, you have audio, you have telephone, and at the very end you have driver's assistance information. So you have distance display, which is your adaptive cruise, pre-safe brake, which is the same, or part of that system, attention assist, blind spot, and then lane keep. So there's your service center, and then settings for your lights, cluster settings, exiting the vehicle, entering the vehicle, etc. This is your night vision button, so I'm going to push that, and when I do, you're going to see an infrared imaging on the screen, which is super nice. So that's the same as you're looking at out there, just in an infrared system, so that's cool. The Parktronic system is this, and then you'll notice if I throw this in reverse, you'll see that bar illuminated in the back, and those will go, I don't know what I'm not sure what the red ones, so it used to be green, yellow, red, but those will illuminate as you get closer, and you'll also get an audible alarm. We've got an old aux or media jack, and then the books, so one of the extra keys. You also have a climate controlled glove box. Trying to think of anything else. So Harman Kardon sound system. The triangle in the rear view mirror here is an indication you've got blind spot. That's part of what, this is a track package car, but it's part of driver's assistance, but that's part of typically what would be considered a track package on most cars. Nowadays, I think is a track package. So anyways, super nice car. I mean, we just love these things. It's so much car for the money. Again, this was a $101,000, almost $102,000 car new. It's got $14,000 of optional equipment. You know, super nice. Again, California car, well serviced, super clean, mechanically and cosmetically. If you have other questions or would like additional information, please feel free to contact us, and we can be reached at 503-227-2354. And thank you for visiting West Coast Auto Enthusiast.